What's good, YouTube? It's your boy SlayIsland, and I'm back with another video. This video is on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm so excited for this. I already got my Xbox Series X pre-ordered, and I can't wait to get on this game. And the news they just dropped yesterday is amazing. I love it. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. I'm gonna explain everything that they dropped. But before we get into that, make sure you guys go down, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. I appreciate all you guys so much. So let's get right into it. So here's the blog. This is from 2K. This is written by Mike Wang. Now let's get right into the most important thing, the new Myplayer builder. Archetypes are officially gone, and that makes me so happy. Let me tell you guys why. Archetypes, they made players into role players. It honestly made the game so much less fun. It made you play a specific role. You can only do one thing on the court. And I mean, I just don't like that. I want to be able to do everything. I want to be able to be a LeBron James. I want to be able to be a Michael Jordan, an Anthony Davis, someone who could do everything on the court. You couldn't make players like that, but now you actually can. So when you make your player on Next Gen, it's going to be completely different. So here's how it starts. First, you pick your height, your weight, your wingspan, and your body shape. You pick this all before you make your attributes. So based on your height, based on your weight, based on your wingspan, it gives you your caps for every single build. But as you can see, every attribute is very high. You can get a 94 dunking, you can get an 87 three-pointer, 81 speed, 90s pretty much on all your defensive stats. But this doesn't mean that you can max all of those things. On the next screen, as we'll see in this video, you get to pick what you want to max. But unlike last year, let's say if I went a pure sharp, then my finishing would be trash, my defense would be trash. Now I can still upgrade my three-pointer and then upgrade my other stuff I want too. This year you can literally make demigods this year. But now let's look at the video. Now everyone watch closely. So here we go. I'm gonna break this down for you guys. So here's what the screen looks like. As you can see, he picked 6'5" for his height, 205 pounds for his weight, and his wingspan is 6'10". Every attribute starts at 25, but as you can see, the caps are very high on every attribute. So here's how it works. You start as a 40 overall, and you can get your player up to a 95 overall. Now you can use the attributes any way you want. You can put your driving dunk up, you can put your three-point shot up, you can put your ball handling up, you can put your all defense up. It doesn't matter, but once you get to a 95, you're done. So as you can see, he put his driving layup up to 86, he maxed his close shot, driving dunk to 76. And now let's look at the badges. So he earned 13 badge points. It still works the same way as last year. 1 to bronze, 2 to silver, 3 to gold, 4 to Hall of Fame. But now look at this. Some badges aren't unlocked yet. He cannot get those badges with only 13 badge points. Some badges he can get gold, some he can get Hall of Fame. That's a completely new thing. Now let's keep going. As you can see, when he got to 14 badges, once he got to 14 right here, instead of, see, so look, from 12 to 14, you see more badges got unlocked. He could get more badges at gold. So that's something you want to look at when you're making your build. Now let's go into the shooting. He maxes mid-range. Already, he only has 1 badge point, but he can already get all those Hall of Fame badges. Maxes three-pointer. Now look at that. You can get every single badge on Hall of Fame. So at this point, you get Hall of Fame finishing badges, Hall of Fame shooting badges. He maxes all his shooting, so he gets 30 shooting badges, just how you would last year. 30 is the max you can get in any category. Now to playmaking. As you can see, this build is already pretty good. Hall of Fame finishing, Hall of Fame shooting, hasn't touched anything else yet. So he moves his pass accuracy up, his ball handling up, and look, once again, he has 7 badge points right now. He can already get Hall of Fame playmaking badges. So you have Hall of Fame badges in all 3 categories, and great attributes. This is a pure sharp with an 80 ball handling, 76 driving dunk, and it's 6'5". Not to mention, he easily could have got his driving dunk up to 95 if he wanted to. Now for defense. As you can see, his overall is already starting to creep up. It's at 86. He can get it to 95, but he's upgrading his defensive stats. At that point, he got 0 defensive badges. Unlike last year, you would always start with 1, but right now it's 0. And then another thing that's unlike last year, you actually have to pick and choose what you want to do with your physical attributes. If you don't want to touch your strength, you don't have to. But that's something you got to keep in mind. You have to get your speed up, you got to get your acceleration up, your vertical, that stuff. So he gets his physical attributes up, and as you see, that doesn't affect his badges, but it does affect his overall. Goes back and does his defense. He gets a couple more badges, gets it all the way up to 5 badges, and he can get 3 Hall of Fame, 2 gold, which is a lot different from last year. Now last year, if you got 5 defensive badges, you can put him anywhere you want. But as you can see with this build, he can't put him anywhere he wants. He can only put it on Rebound Chaser. I think this is Interceptor, Heart Crusher. Like you guys see, but you can't pick all the badges. Like you can't get clamps. You can only pick from those 5 badges, which is something that's completely new, and it's something you want to look at when you're making your build. But as you can see, this video ends and he's only a 94. So what I'm thinking, he can still bring this up to a 95, as it says 94 out of 95. So there's still a little bit he can add on. It doesn't even show him doing it, but this build can even be better than it is, and it gets Hall of Fame defensive, Hall of Fame playmaking, Hall of Fame shooting, and Hall of Fame finishing. Not to mention this was made by 2K, so I know for sure I will, and I'm sure you guys will too, find builds way better than this. And I love that. It allows everyone to contribute, it allows everyone to make plays. You don't have to be a role player anymore. If you're a corner player now, when you get the ball, you can make a play too. You don't got to be scared to just give it back to your point guard. You can go in there, cross someone up, dunk the ball over someone, shoot a step back 3. There's so much you can do, and you can make your players actually like real stars, like real superstars. Like for example, Kawhi Leonard, he's a pure lock that can create shots and shoot the 3 ball. You couldn't do that last year. Now you can, and I love it. Now another thing, watch this. The takeovers are different too. So there's 24 takeovers to choose from, and let me tell you guys how it works before I show you guys them. You get to pick 2 takeovers this year. You get your primary takeover and your secondary takeover. So just like it's been in the last couple years, you have your takeover meter at the top right, but once it fills up halfway, you unlock your first takeover. You can use that if you want, but it's going to be shorter and you're just using your 1 takeover, or you can wait to fill it up all the way and you can use both your takeovers at the same time, or like how it has been, you fill it up even more and you get team takeover, so everyone's takeovers are boosted. So now let's look at some of these. So as you can see, the takeovers are the same, but they're broken down more. So you can pick a different type of shot takeover, or a different type of sharp takeover, or a different type of playmaker takeover, or lock, whatever. So as you can see, pull-up precision provides a significant boost to well-timed or aimed jump shots taken off the dribble. You can do ankle breaking shots. Like look at these. Negative impact reduces the impact of shot contests against pull-up, step back, and spin shots. Like this is crazy. Limitless range takeover, spot up precision takeover. Like it's completely different, and I love it. It's making you have more customization in your player, and it's honestly, next gen 2K is looking so promising. And before I forget, let me mention this. They also added a new thing called Mamba Mentality. Once you unlocked all your badges, it gives you the power to change your takeover. We finally got it. We can change our takeover. Thank you, 2K. Now, not only did they add more takeovers, they also changed up some badges and added some new badges. So I found this chart on Twitter that broke it down very well. So as you can see, the retired badges are on the left, the new badges are on the right, and then there's the badge description. Now I'm gonna go over some of them quick that I think are really interesting that I like. But for some of them, they just replaced the old badge. Like for example, highlight film boosts teammate takeover progress on flashy dunks. That's basically showtime. I mean, you got hook specialist. That's basically deep hooks. They just want to change the names. Revive posterizer. I think that's basically like contact finisher. It's posterizer, which I do like. But let's look at some of these. Like rise up. This is a new one. Boosts ability to do standing dunks in traffic. Like that was never a badge. And this one too is actually going to be huge for pro, especially anti-freeze. Harder to get cold and lose takeover meter progress. Like that's a completely new badge that I love. Honestly, these badges are crazy. Look at this one. Blinders. Less affected by peripheral defenders when shooting jumpers. Blinders and Deadeye. You'll be able to make shots when someone's on your side through late contests. It's nice. Circus threes. Like, come on. This is another big one. Set shooter. If you're a spot up shooter, shooting ability gets better the longer you set and wait before pulling. If you're sitting in the corner, you got set shooter on, the longer you sit there, the higher chance of making a 3. Like that's so glitchy. Bullet passer gives you the ability to throw laser dots like LeBron. Like that's a great badge too. Like honestly, I love some of these badges. Ankle braces too. I know I saw some people on Twitter like roasting this badge, but this is a good badge too. If you're a lockdown defender and he's breaking your ankles, put on ankle braces and you won't get broken off. Like, I'm really excited with this news today. Now the only thing we wait to see is gameplay, but with the way the build set up, I just honestly think this could be the best 2K yet. Now let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on all this news? Let me know some thoughts on some builds you guys want to make. I want to hear, what do you guys think is going to be the glitchiest build this year? That's going to wrap up this video. I appreciate you guys so much. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I'm out.